Hello everybody, this is Matteo from Pro Flamenco. Welcome to my class. Today I would like to show you the melody from a very popular Malagueña, which was originally written by a Cuban composer, Ernesto Leucona. It has become a very famous piece that was played by many artists in the world, but I strongly recommend you to listen to the original version by Ernesto Leucona and also to listen some guitar version, for example, by amazing version by Paco de Lucia. So if you want to learn one of the most characteristic melody from this Malagueña, take your guitar, focus and continue with me. Let's start. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I will show you the proper notes of this melody, and later on we will add some variations to make this melody more sophisticated and more rich in sound. So let's start. Okay, so let's start with the basic melody played on the bass strings, so in the lower octave. And I play it with the thumb. I recommend to play the thumb apoyando, so rest stroke, so landing on the adjacent string to have this Spanish flamenco sound. But also you can play the thumb in the air, so free stroke, if you are, for example, an acoustic guitar player, or if you just want to play a free stroke with the thumb. So this will sound like this. So we can play the same melody but in the higher octave, and it will sound like this. Also I play with the thumb. So we know already how this melody sounds. Then we can make some additions, and the first variation on this melody could be adding our index finger on the first string. So every time we play the bass with the thumb, then after this we play the first finger, the index finger, on the first string. And this will sound like this. And then we do the same thing in the higher octave, so it sounds like this. So for those of you that wants to take a look a little bit deeper into the details, so I use always the thumb apoyando and index finger tirando. So the thumb rest stroke and the index finger on the first string free stroke. So it goes always in the air. So let's move to another variation. So when you play this melody in the bass, you can add your index finger not on the first string, but also on the third string. So it will be maybe a little bit more difficult for the left hand, but also sounds quite interesting. It sounds like this in slow tempo. So let's move to another variation. to practice the chord playing in the right hand. So every time we play the bass, then we played a chord with the index finger, middle finger and angular finger on the first three treble strings, yeah? So it will sound like this. So it is a good exercise for both for your right hand and also for the left hand, this variation. Okay, so now let's move to the last two variations on this Malagueña melody, and this will be the variations on practicing the arpeggio technique in the right hand. So in the first way we will play this pattern. So the thumb and then index finger, middle finger and angular finger. And it will sound like this. So as you see, it is a great exercise for your right hand. And then the last variation to practice and then to play it is with this pattern in the right hand. So this arpeggio, the opposite arpeggio, okay? So okay, so let's go. So this kind of arpeggio sounds really good, sounds really Spanish, especially when you play in a little bit faster tempo, yeah? For example, like this, it will sound really, really good. So I hope that everything is clear for you now. You can analyze the melody and every variation with the tabs that I prepared specially for you. I assigned also every finger of the left hand and the right hand so that you know the proper notes and the proper fingers of every variation, so how to practice it correctly. Yeah, I wanted to thank you very much for your presence, for your watching, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comment. I will answer all of them. Once again, thank you for your watching, and if you are interested in flamenco guitar lesson, please subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a flamenco guitar lesson twice a week. You can also follow my social media. All the links you can find in the description below. So once again, thank you, and we see in the next lesson. Goodbye.